So as you know, on this program, I'm a gigantic name dropper. It's really out of control. And so I'm going to drop the name of Michael Irvin here, and I'm going to tell you a tale. You've heard some of my Michael Irvin stories. Mike Fisher and Michael Irvin at the Playboy Mansion. Good one. This is Michael Irvin on what we've called the quarterback carousel, what he calls the game of musical chairs. And in case you haven't figured this out, he's not just a former Cowboy wide receiver. He is he's Uncle Irvin to this generation of NFL players. He's extremely plugged in. Certainly to guys who have Texas ties, Florida ties, whatever, but all around, extremely plugged in. Mike Fisher reporting for Frisco, home of the Dallas Cowboys. So Irvin calls me, this must have been Tuesday. And since I'm name dropping, he called me because he wants Mark Cuban's phone number. I'm just saying, you've come to the right Fish report. Okay, I do have to sidebar this. So the name dropper thing, and I know that people are just busting my chops. I hope people are just smart enough to be busting my chops. It's my job, and I am proud of it. And it is, believe me, I don't take it for granted. It is cool. It is cool that over the course of a few days, my job calls for me to and allows me to talk to Stephen Jones, Troy Aikman, Jalen Smith, Mark Cuban, and Michael Irvin. I'm not bragging. I'm just telling you that's my job. Somebody on Twitter goes, after my conversation with Jalen Smith, which will come up, we'll deal with in a future visit, and then I tagged him, at Jalen Smith. And I go, why? How dare you tag a player? Why wouldn't I just talk to him? I can call him on the phone, but I can't tag him? He had a message that he wanted people to know about. And so he gave me the message. He gave me the answer that I asked for, which reflects the message that he wants sent out. So I tagged him. Oh, that's not proper etiquette. I don't care what proper etiquette on Twitter is. I just care about doing my job. Believe me, I know what the salad fork is for, and I don't urinate without the use of a toilet very often. I have manners, housebroken, but I don't care about your Twitter rules in regard to how I'm supposed to talk to or about players. It's my job. So Irvin calls me, and Cuban is the point, and then we get to talking, and I don't think he brought up Russell Wilson specifically, but he goes, Fish. Can't really imitate him, but you get the idea. There's a game of musical chairs going on, he says. And I go, what do you mean? He goes, with quarterbacks. And I said, yeah, no doubt. Guys are leaving. And he goes, yeah, but they're also coming. And this is why I love Irvin. I think I'm a fairly reasonably bright person. I never thought of it that way. And frankly, I'm covering the Cowboys in the NFL every day. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Google. I've never seen anybody make that point. He's the first. That, Deshaun Watson's leaving. That sucks. No. Deshaun Watson's coming. That's great. Russell Wilson wants out. That's terrible. No. Russell Wilson wants in. Aaron Rodgers, does he want out of Green Bay? Maybe. But that means he wants in somewhere else. And Irvin's point is, there's only so many chairs. So then the Russell Wilson story broke, where Wilson, through his agent, basically announces to the world that he wants to play for, if he's traded, if he leaves Seattle, he wants to play for one of 4 teams. And the Cowboys are one of those. By the way, I don't have any idea why you would want to play for the Bears. I don't know why you'd want to play for the Raiders. The Bears were a playoff team. but I don't know that they're a quarterback away. The Raiders were 8-8. Quarterback wasn't their particular problem, although obviously Danger Russ is better than Carr. I'm not sure why you think the Cowboys are better than Seattle, but okay. And then the Saints. Yeah, I would want to play for the Saints too. So that one's fine. But he didn't make this. The media didn't make this up. He said it and told his agent to say it, and his agent announced it to Bristol. So, I was asleep after doing the Mavericks game, so I didn't get the message till I woke up the next morning at 6 a.m. And there's 2 phone calls from Irvin at midnight, and there's a 6 a.m. tweet. I told you. I told you. You told me what? Russell Wilson wants Dak's chair. And that's what he was suggesting all along. He knew it before everybody knew it. That Russell Wilson has his eye. Actually, Mike Florio did mention this a month ago. But that Russell Wilson has his eye on what Dak has. A contending team, maybe. Authority in the building? True. Winning team? No, not quite like Seattle has it. But, and then endorsements? National acclaim? That you don't get in Seattle. You just don't. His wife, the lovely Sierra, is from Austin. Russ and Sierra's first romantic I Love You dinner was at Nick and Sam's, where I've had a few romantic I Love You dinners, only to end up in divorce. Thanks, Nick and Sam's. That's not true. I just made that up. Irvin's saying, quit thinking about this as if, uh-oh, my guy's leaving, and realize it's an opportunity. I can get my guy to come. We'll talk another time about, okay, come on, realistically, Russell Wilson to Dallas. How does this really work? And I will demonstrate to you how financially it kind of doesn't, unless that general manager and that coach decide, number one, we really don't like this guy anymore. He betrayed us. And then, number two, we'll eat it. We'll eat cap room. We don't care. We'll eat. We don't care. Get him out of here. Let's move on. So I'll demonstrate the difficulty of that in a coming visit. And then the hoops that everybody would have to jump through. And then we'll carve through some of the foolishness as well. We did do a recent video. I hope you had a chance to see it on your vote on Dak Prescott in Dallas. That one didn't include the Russell Wilson idea, though. That's Irvin's idea. And his point is a brilliant one, and I hadn't thought of it before. The game of musical chairs. Here's his direct quote from Irvin to me. Quarterbacks suddenly have the power to leave a team, but that also means they have a power to come to a team. And then he said Russell Wilson wants Dak's chair. Wilson is 32, Dak is 27. There's a fiscal problem here, as I mentioned a moment ago. There is a focus issue here. I don't know if it's a problem, but we'll visit on that here in a coming visit. But I applaud Michael Irvin here. This is really smart. There's some people that are lamenting this. The quarterback in the NFL realizing, I've got power. Irvin was also the first guy to say, he said to me, and then he did it on the radio. This was about a month ago, I guess. And then he did a radio tour and did the same bit, and it's a great one. Fish. When Dan Marino didn't win the Super Bowl, who was the general manager? He said to me. I go, yeah, I don't know. He goes, I know you don't. But you know Dan Marino. He goes, that's what these quarterbacks are starting to realize. It's their resume that gets ruined when they don't win a Super Bowl. They're on the hook forever when they don't win a Super Bowl. The general manager, whatever. I don't remember his name. You don't necessarily remember all the general managers that even won it. But you damn sure don't remember the general manager that lost it. But you remember the quarterbacks that didn't get it. That's his point. And he said these quarterbacks are realizing it's their name on the marquee. It's their neck on the line. And they want the authority that goes with the pressure. Not just the acclaim, the authority. And he said, Fish, there's only so many of these chairs. I call it the carousel because, and with the horsies, there's only so many horsies. But he's saying it's a game of musical chairs, there's only so many chairs. And if DAK doesn't want this chair, Russell will take it. If Russell doesn't want the Seattle chair, somebody else will take it. Does it mark the decline of the NBA when guys are saying, I don't want to be here anymore. I think I'll leave. It's the same as the decline of the NFL when the league decided, let's do a parity thing. If you're my age, you remember in the NFC, Vikings, Cowboys, sometimes the Rams, sometimes Washington, sometimes Giants. It's a short list. In the 70s, AFC, Steelers, Raiders, short list. If you were the Saints in that decade, you didn't have a shot. So you wanted parity if you were the Saints. If you were the Vikings and the Cowboys in the NFC, you didn't want parity. It meant the other teams were going to be allowed to catch up with you. Well, that's what this is. You don't like it if it's your quarterback who's leaving. But Michael Irvin's point is, you'll like it just fine when the horsies come around and you own one of the horsies and that quarterback leaves, but this quarterback comes. Thank you for being one of our almost 22,000 subscribers to what we do here. We are growing fast. We're doing it with your support, of course. We also have the Fish store open. The exclusive t-shirts seem to be popular, and we appreciate that. We also have, of course, our premium community, and would love to have you come be a part of that as well. The Kristaps Porzingis trade junk, we've had a chance now to discuss this with none other than, name dropping again, Porzingis and Cuban. And we'll get to that over the course of the weekend. Fish out.